Hey guys.
Hey everybody.
So we've been providing content for a little while now.
We have.
And we appreciate those of you that have subscribed, but there are others of you that can still subscribe now.
That's right. It would really support us and take us to another level.
We appreciate you. We thank you for what you're doing and
keep subscribing.
Feel free.
That's
subscribe.
Right.
Yeah. Don't unsubscribe and then subscribe again. Just subscribe for the first time. Welcome to Just John and April, the relationship podcast, your place to level up your relationship. In today's episode, I want you to baby me, literally.
Really? What? What
and the
say?
word of the day. That's just the title, babe. It's just the title.
Right.
I'm not saying
we'll
I actually want
talk.
that. You know what I'm saying? But how are you?
I'm good.
That's good. You look
yes.
good. So I like your new hairdo.
Do you?
Yes, I really do. This is one of those necessary hairdos because, as you know, April has her arm in a cast now, and she's got to be in that for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I tried to immobilize it to try to get the pain to be gone. What did they say? It wasn't broken. There was no.
It's not broken. No contusion. It's just tendonitis.
Yeah.
But
you got to really immobilize it.
Yeah.
So I mean, you had
too much.
You had a brace on, but I guess they're saying you kept taking it off.
Yeah. I was, because I had to do my hair, so I was like, I got to get something done so that I don't, and I went with the,
I love it.
Do you?
I really do. I actually didn't think I was gonna like it that much.
Okay.
I'm actually looking at you in the screen right now, and man, it just looks good.
Everybody may not like it, but it's okay because
I really want to know in the comments.
It's all
do you like
what my boo likes?
Yes. Do you like April's new hairstyle? Yay or nay? Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Maybe it's gonna take you some getting used to. Maybe you're used to seeing her a different way. I don't know,
right.
But we'd love to hear what you think about her new hairstyle. and apparently she can keep this for like 3 months. She only needs it for 2 weeks,
right.
But
I just don't know if I can take the weight.
Yeah.
It's not really heavy at all. Like.
But it's a lot of hair.
But it is.
And like last night, I had to help put your, thing on and all that stuff.
My thing on.
What is that thing called? It's like a beehive scarf. It's a different kind. Like you put the hair in it first. And
it is.
It's weird.
Yeah,
anyway.
I am just not sure. I don't know. 3 months is a long time.
That's a long time. I'm thinking your hair is going to be itching under there.
Oh, that's true. But you oil it every day. Like you have to.
That's supposed to help?
More. Yeah, that does. That keeps the itching from.
It keeps the dirt away?
I don't know. We'll see.
So we'll see what happens. Hopefully
maybe
you guys
I'll switch up
like
and
it.
Put some jewels. I got some
extra
little
beads
things in it, but maybe I'll switch it up.
I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It looks like a different
Look,
you.
if you like it, hey.
Actually, I think I love it. Like I'm looking at you right now in the camera.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I love it, man.
Wow.
Looks really good.
Okay. Maybe I will keep it in for 3 months.
Either way, it's fine with me. No, 3 months is fine with me.
The ends start getting scraggy.
I just feel like after a month, it's going to look. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Is it going to look like that? Is it going to look as new?
Like it would look like real dreads if it starts getting.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. That is true. And then once you can actually do your hair again, after a couple of weeks, you can probably do different styles with that, which you can't do right now unless I help you.
True.
Which, by the way, I should get some points for what I did the other day.
I was going to mention.
Okay, you don't have. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So, guys, because of this, I couldn't wash my hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, John came in. He was like, babe, do you need me to help you wash hair? I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Now, they need to understand, when you get in the shower, you can't get this wet. So you have this plastic thingy.
Right.
That you have to put your hand in.
It's kind of hard to, So John, it was a nice little time. But anyway, he comes and he washes my hair in the shower.
We need some music for this part.
We do.
Let's see what I have. Will this work? No. That ain't the right kind of. Maybe it is.
So he comes and washes my hair, y'all. And when I'm talking, he was like, y'all, this was the best hair wash. I have been to several beauticians, but the way that you wash that hair.
You were talking about how I was scratching your scalp, basically.
Yes, but it was just the whole thing.
You liked it?
Very sensual.
Was it?
It was not like any
yeah.
hair washing experience I've ever had.
Well, that's good. If it was Central, I'm hoping you're not getting no Central type stuff going on in your. You know what I'm saying? I actually enjoyed it. It was no problem. I mean, the only thing about it was I felt like the way you had to stand and kind of have your head down, it didn't seem as comfortable for you. Let me tell you,
it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter.
I'm just I would love it if I was in a more comfortable position and so were you, so I could kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was great. Like we need to sync.
It was great though. No,
I'm glad you enjoyed
shower
it.
much better.
That's good. I'm glad we're starting off that way because of our topic for today. But before we get to that, I think we need to talk about our sponsor. We have a sponsor. This episode actually is really, really for singles. So our sponsor is actually helping with that. Okay. It's a group called Link, and the question is, what is Link, April? Tell us a little bit about that.
So Link is a virtual speed dating social interaction app that allows users to go on 60-second video interactions with people in their local region or around the world.
Now, in a world where dating apps have become the primary avenue to meet people, our team has created a product that allows users to see, hear, and interact prior to matching.
Our product combines the successful principles of speed dating with the natural dynamics of human interaction, all on a video platform.
Yes, and they are having an upcoming event. It's a speed dating event. It's happening on Sunday, June the 27th, and it's going to take place at 9 p.m. Eastern, that's 6 p.m. Pacific. And if you're interested in that, all you have to do is register at linkdatingapp.com. Linkdatingapp.com. That's LYNK. Datingapp.com. I think you'll enjoy it.
I think so too.
I think April said if she wasn't married, you know what I'm saying?
I would do it because it just seems like a lot of fun.
I agree.
It seems like it's a different kind of way. You're not, pressured to have to, be with this person.
Right.
It's just a fun way to meet people.
And the reason why we encourage this kind of thing, there's a lot of people that don't like the idea of online dating, but what we say is, if you think of it for what it actually is, then it can help you. It's simply a way to break the ice and to meet somebody. It doesn't take over and make it so that your relationship works all of a sudden.
Exactly. And it doesn't, I feel like it's like if you were going to a party or an event and you meet somebody.
Yeah.
It's just
the same kind of thing.
Yeah. And we're all virtual now.
Yep.
So I think this is the new way.
It works.
This is the new way.
So Sunday, June 27th, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Go ahead and register at linkdatingapp.com.
Yes,
and
guys,
you can join.
Do it.
Thank you, Link, for sponsoring this episode today. So, today we are talking about babying me. Okay, not really me.
Yeah.
But
we'll
kind of me.
We'll see.
And here's why this has, in my opinion, real implications for single people. I'm going to show you a picture. This is something that I saw the other day. I saw it on Facebook, I think. I think it was on Facebook. And I screenshot it immediately and I sent it to you.
Yeah.
And I said, babe, we need to talk about this.
When I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness.
And so I'm about to show you the picture.
Real.
I'm going to put it up.
This is real.
And for those of you that are just listening instead of watching, I'm going to actually describe what it is that's on the screen. Okay? You ready for it?
Yeah.
Here it is. This is a picture of a woman who is bottle feeding her man. Milk, that's right. Yes. Look like, formula.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Right. And the caption says, "This is how men want to be treated behind closed doors."
Wow.
Okay, now, I took issue with this immediately, and I'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
And the question for today that I have for you is really, is this what women think of when they think about a man wanting to be taken care of? And I want you to ask me later whether or not I think that was an accurate depiction of what I want.
So which one do you want to know first? What do you want to talk about
what first? What I want to first do is I want to ask singles a question. And that is what does that picture do to you? When you see that picture, does that make you sort of recoil from the idea of being in a relationship, or does it make you say, I kind of would like that? I guess depending on which sex you're,
right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a man or woman, whatever, it depends.
The female's like, nah, bruh.
Right.
And it could be that the dude is like, yes, that would be great.
So I want you all in the comments on this one. I need you to tell us what you think. Would this picture, if this was true, if this is really how men want to be treated behind closed doors, the question is, do you really think that this should be, is this something that turns you off or turns you on? Is this something that makes you, do you like this or dislike it? Is it a positive or negative?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right. So let's ask you first, April. First of all, I want to know from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
Is that picture what you think men actually want, and does that make you Like, are you happy about that or sad about that, or upset about that?
I didn't want to really tell the truth about.
What do you mean you didn't want to tell the truth?
I mean, I can't help it. I have to tell the truth. You know,
and that's the point of the show.
It is. So I'm going to be totally honest. Overall, yes.
You mean men? You think this is what men actually want?
In a way. I think it's
Tell me why.
They want that, but they also want to be a man and treated as a man and be respected and all that stuff. So
and how does that make you feel?
It's like you can't have both.
You think if I want you to basically bottle feed me, I can't also want you to respect me.
Not necessarily respect. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Okay. But what I would say is, you want me to do that, but you want to feel like a man too. And it's like, I don't know.
You're saying you can't be babied and feel like a man.
I don't know how. I don't know how that's possible.
Right.
I don't know how it's possible for you to want me to baby you in a way. Mm-hmm. And also, you end up feeling like you are a man in this relationship. Okay. I'm not sure. Like, I'm talking this through because we didn't talk about this before.
We did not. We usually don't.
So I'm kind of like, I'm thinking about this as we talk right now. So I may change my mind.
Let me ask you a different question then. And this question is more important to us, in my opinion. Yeah. Do you think that's what I want?
Sometimes.
You do?
Sometimes.
Babe, I'll never want that.
Okay.
You think that?
I said sometimes.
But why? Why do you think that?
Because sometimes the way you ask for certain things or say you want certain things, it sounds like you want me to be your mama.
Okay, so then.
So that's how I see that.
So then you definitely think then that this was posted originally by a woman then.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
A man wouldn't have posted that.
No.
Yeah.
A man would not have posted that. Okay. I think that deep down in the guts of every man, they want their mama.
I disagree.
A little bit.
I disagree.
A little bit.
And
not necessarily the entire.
I can see.
They don't want the mama all the time.
Right.
Okay.
I can see why.
But I do think men do want their wives to mother them. I would never. I have heard men say that. I would never.
You have heard men say that?
Yes.
What men are these?
That they want to be mothered. They want to feel. Yes, I have heard some form of that. Let's put it that way. At least that's how I interpret it.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
That's a better statement.
Yes, but I have never heard a woman say, I want to be fathered. I've never heard a woman put or have even where I interpreted it as I need a dad or I need a father figure in my I need to be fathered.
And I've actually never thought that either. That's not a thought that I think men have about women. I don't think men ever think she wants me to be her father. No, but here's the thing though. The things that women seem to want from their man are the same things that they would have gotten from what we would consider a good father. And Father's Day is coming up, by the way, so this is appropriate for this.
That's true.
Father's Day is, around the corner. For those of you that watch us on Fridays, our episodes drop on Fridays, so we got 2 more days until Father's Day. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. He's
trying to remind me as if I
just
don't
in case, you know what I'm saying. But so here's the thing, though. The thing about a good father that you would think of is a provider and a protector.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
And so I think that's what women want. But here's the thing.
I think in a different way.
Okay, so here's the thing, and this is the problem that I have, and this is why immediately when I saw it, I got mad.
Not in a fatherly way. I think women want it in a manly way.
Okay, same thing with men. I don't think men want a mother ever. None of us.
Yeah, they don't want a mother when it comes to nagging. They don't want a mother when it comes to,
Babe,
those types of things.
We don't want a mother when it comes to feeding us. We don't want our mother.
No.
That's what you think. And see, this is what I'm saying. I feel like it's a negative caricature, a negative characterization that women have toward the idea of doing things that are domestic, because being domesticated these days is a negative. And so if your man wants you to cook for him, or if your man wants the wife to be the one who's in charge of making sure the house is the way it needs to be, so when guests come over, whatever, anything like that, it feels like, this is just my opinion, it feels like women's response to that is to recoil because that's a negative, that, oh, you want me to be barefoot and pregnant. And then there are all these negative characterizations, one of which is you just want me to be your mother. And I'm saying men don't do that because, in my opinion, there is no negative connotation for providing or protecting. But I think there is a negative connotation toward doing anything domesticated. And so I think women have a list of things that are, oh, my man just wants this. One of which is he just wants me to be his mother. And I don't think we ever want that. But I don't think men ever want their wives to be their mother.
Okay.
I do not. Listen to me. I have never. That picture, I was like, what?
Now that picture, never. Now that picture, that is a depiction of, I mean, that's like, you want me to do everything for you. You know, because I do know some relationships where the man is literally hopeless without his wife. Like, he can't even fill out job applications.
I know some of those too.
Okay.
Yes.
So to me, that's you want your mama all the way. Like, that's the baby bottle feeding type to me. And there are guys out there that are like that. They cannot do anything. They can't even, you know, like I said, fill out a job application or no, seriously. Like, I know someone like that.
Okay.
Or who can't even pay the bills properly or anything like
okay,
that,
babe.
because
real
they are
quick.
dependent on their wife to the point like a mother cares for her child.
We have a saying for that. We call that a kept man.
Yes,
right?
That's true.
This is a Southern saying.
That is a Southern saying.
If you're a kept man
or
that
kept
means
woman, that means that
you have a spouse who takes care of you.
Right.
Basically. So here's my question.
I think that's different.
See?
In a way.
Okay, this is my thing. Okay, here's my problem.
When you're kept,
hold on. If a man wants to be kept, if he wants to be a kept man, I think many women, many wives, many women, girlfriends, whatever, look at that and say, he just wants me to be his mama.
I don't think so.
Why do you not think so?
Because if you want to be kept, you're willing to keep.
Sometimes.
Seriously, though.
Sometimes.
I mean,
sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's not.
What I'm saying is if you want to be kept, but you don't want to keep, then that means that you want to be bottle fed.
So what is it? Hold on, baby.
Hold on, baby. And you don't want to do anything.
So what if a wife wants to be kept and doesn't want to keep? I've seen some of those. The question is, what is that then? Does she want her father?
That's something else. No.
See?
You call that something else. It's just not.
Okay, my point is.
I'm sorry. It's just not. It's just not seen in the same way.
It's not seen the same. It's not seen the same way. I think largely because it's not negative. The things that go along with what a woman wants from her man are not negative. They're not socially unacceptable.
You're right.
It is now socially unacceptable in many areas. Okay. Just the other day, you showed me a video by Jennifer Lopez. The title of the video was what's it called?
I love this song.
What was the title of the video? I'm not your mom or something. I'm not your mom or something like that.
I'm not your mom or something like that.
Something like that. And she has women, they dancing and all this stuff, talking about something. I'm not your mom. And so basically, she has this long thing where she basically says, if you want me to cook, I'm not your mama.
Right.
If you want me to clean, I'm not your mama. And I'm saying, okay. I get it.
That?
Hold on. No, you don't have to explain it because you can explain it, but I'm saying I get it. And you already know how I feel about this kind of stuff. You know that I am feminish like you.
Yes.
That there is no way under any circumstances I'm trying to get my wife to return to the 60s. I'm not trying to do that. That's not what would make me happy. But it just so happens that I happen to be a acts of service person, and my particular act of service that makes me feel great is when you cook for me. And so am I supposed to feel like my wife wants me to be I want my wife to be my mama just because I want my love language?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
That is not what I'm talking about.
Maybe not. But I think hold on. But I think there are many women out there that do think that, because I'm saying when you look at the comments, when you look at the comments of that picture, man, I was like, some of y'all, okay, so
what comments did you see? Were women like, yes, this is true?
I mean, any variation of that was what I was seeing. I was seeing multiple variations of that.
And I think it's because, so let me talk.
Go ahead.
I think it's because.
Because hold on, before you say something, don't forget. All I'm saying is, in my opinion, this would make a single person say, if it's a woman, I think she would say, I don't ever want to get married.
But see, it's not even about being married. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because this is what women feel when they're dating.
Even in a dating relationship.
Yes.
So maybe she would be like, I don't even want to date.
No,
and I'm saying
they would be like, okay, maybe it would be, I don't want to date this kind of man.
Right.
Because it's like you feel
But you just said all men you think feel that way.
I said deep down.
So I'm saying the only option for women then is not to date men at all.
No, that's not. No, because Look, I don't know. I think even if men did feel that way, they would never admit it deep down. Even if it was deep down, like I said, in the gut. If you go down in your gut and try to find it, you would not locate it because you don't want to admit that deep down you actually want a little bit of the 60s mom, wife to be it.
No, I'll tell you what I want.
And I'm not necessarily talking about you. I just mean men in general.
But I can't speak for all men.
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I can't speak for all men.
Let me tell you something. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think that's sometimes how women feel.
Okay.
Because it always boils down to that at some point.
So here's the question.
You know what I mean?
Here's the question. If your man does want that, under what circumstances would you be willing to give it to him? If your man wanted to be babied, under what circumstances would you be willing to baby your man?
He would have to be sick. And he can't do anything for himself.
I know wives that don't. April, I know wives that don't want to do that when their man is sick.
That's not true.
April, I know why. Nobody. Yes, I do. I know them that will get disgusted and be like, "Oh, brother,
but that's
here we
because
go."
They don't like their man that much.
Well,
I'm just saying, like if you sick and you don't want to take care of that person, you don't really like them. I mean, really.
That may be true.
That is true. I'm just saying, I think it's frustrating for women because it's like you guys say you don't want a mama or whatever, but sometimes with the way that you act or respond to us, it feels like that's what you want. You know, when you hear a man say, I want to be able, I want my wife to make all my food and I don't ever have to, it's like sometimes you feel like, what do you think I am, your mama? It just makes you feel that way because that's what mothers do. They're there to, they pack your lunch. And so it makes you feel like, no, seriously, it makes you feel like,
hold on. Is it wrong if a man, please answer this question. Is it wrong if a man wants his woman to make his lunch?
This is what I would say.
No.
Yes, just hear me out.
That's a yes or no question.
I don't think so, but I think it is.
You don't think so what? You don't think it's wrong?
I don't think it's wrong, but I don't think it's wrong. Okay. No, it's not wrong. Of course not.
Good. All right.
And I don't think it's wrong if a woman makes the lunch for her man every day.
Okay.
I think that's great. But what I do think is that
if she takes pride and loves that? What she loves the idea of,
I think that's awesome.
Okay.
But I feel like if she feels pressured or if she feels like if I don't do this, he's going to throw a temper tantrum, which I think some men do.
Right.
That's not good.
All right, so let me tell you what men want.
Especially if you have kids and you work and then you expect me to do, and it sounds bad.
I can't stop staring at you. I really like your hair like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Anyway, sorry, keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I don't. It's like I'm trying not to sound
April, forget how you sound.
I know, but I'm
First of all, there are millions. Listen to me. There are only like 20 people listening. But I'm saying there are millions of women that agree with you.
Only 20 people listening.
That was a joke. But I'm saying there are hundreds, probably thousands of women that feel what you're feeling. So I don't think you're gonna sound bad.
I know. I'm saying it's.
I think you need to be honest about it.
And I think it's because of history. I've talked to you about this before.
Yes, I agree.
Just how we have been placed in this position that's what we do.
Right.
And so it's like that's why Jennifer Lopez has that song in that video because it's like I ain't your mama.
Right.
Why you can't make your own lunch?
Yes.
I make my own lunch.
Right.
I'm just saying you don't hear men offering, "Hey, let me make your lunch for." This year as you work. No man is,
that's
some
not
men.
true. That's
I'm
not
not
true.
saying, because
Don't
some men
no
cook.
man.
I know a lot of men that cook for their husband. For their wives.
Almost every guy in my crew. I was looking at it the other day. I was thinking,
everybody cook.
I was like, everybody in my crew, we all cook for our wives.
Yes, we all.
Including me.
Oh, I thought you.
I'm not saying I'm the principal cook. I'm just saying we cook for our wives.
But all of your guys are the principal cook, actually.
No, not all of them, but some of them are.
Most of them.
Yeah.
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 Most of them are the primary cooks.
Yes.
Now, how do they feel about that? Do they deep down really don't want to be, but the only reason why they are is because their wives are like, no, I don't do that.
They like it. They all like it.
Okay.
So, okay, let me say two things to you. Number one.
Have you asked them honestly what they really want?
I haven't. But let me just say to you real quick. Let me suggest two things. Or let me ask you. One thing's a question, the other thing's a statement.
All right.
Let me start with the statement. I think I know what it is that men want that is similar to their mother.
Okay.
They don't want to be mothered.
Okay.
And they don't want their mama.
And they don't want to be babied.
And they don't want to be babied. I
don't know, because I think they do want to be babied sometimes.
Maybe sometimes. Yeah. Maybe sometimes. And I think that's okay.
Well, every woman feels like men turn into babies when they're sick.
Probably.
You know, I think you do pretty good with that. I don't feel that way.
I do. I'm a G when I'm sick. I don't get sick that often, first of all.
But it's annoying because you don't listen. Because you're such
sick?
a G, you don't do what I tell you to do. And that's when I need you to let me be your mama. When you're sick and I say you need to take this medicine. So then you're okay with my mama. That's the problem. Anyway, so let me say this. Men don't want their mama, but here's what they want. Mm-hmm. And I want men, if you agree with me, put in the comments, please. And women, I need you to listen to this because I know I'm right. I need you to put in the comments if you agree with me that sometimes it feels that way. Even if it's not.
Team John and Team April on this one.
Yes.
But here's the thing. This is the thing that I know I'm right about, that I need wives and women in general to know, especially single women. You guys have to understand this. Here it is. Here's what they want.
Okay.
They want their woman to do whatever it is that's being asked to be done. They want it to do it willingly.
Of course.
Hold on. This is the thing you said earlier that I think makes it different. You said a woman doesn't want to feel like she's being forced or cajoled or anything like that. A woman doesn't want to feel like
she's supposed to do it.
And a mother usually doesn't feel that way.
That is true.
A mother loves doing the stuff because she feels like this is something.
To take care of her children.
That's it.
Yes.
That's what a man really wants. And this is the thing we fight for all the time, and we can't figure out how to communicate this to our women and get them to understand it. It's
because
the
we've
hardest
been put
thing.
In this position that this is what we have to do because we're a woman.
But even when we don't make it like that, even when you're married to or dating a man who clearly is not a Neanderthal.
True.
He still gets that smoke when he asks to be for you to make him something. And it's like,
that's not true.
He gets the smoke. It happens all the time.
You're right.
And I'm saying Does
that happen with us? Are you
sometimes,
actually telling?
Sometimes that happens, and I'm like, I don't understand. You treat me like I be making you my slave or something.
No,
I'm like,
I don't.
I mean, it's never like that.
You know it's not that.
I'm just saying. Sometimes I'm like, I don't understand where this is coming from. Why is it that you're,
babe?
why is it that you're yelling, I'm not your mama? You know what I'm saying? And
I'm telling you how it makes some women feel. I think it makes some women feel.
I'm excited about Juneteenth, though, that there is a new legislation that this is an actual holiday.
Exactly.
That's important. And
important.
I guess it's good that we just talked about
why I'm wearing my
being
Against
a
the
slave.
Wall t-shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. I guess you get a day off now. Whether you get one or not, I'm taking mine.
You gonna take your day?
Oh yeah, ain't no question. Anyway, my point is, in my opinion, that's a big deal. Now,
I think it makes women feel this way because, again, it's like we have not been asked. Would you like to do this? Is this something that you feel comfortable? You know, are you in, you know, I know, like, I have family members who they just like, I don't cook. I don't like it. They do not like cooking. And I'm saying, what do you do in that situation? Seriously, like, it's like, okay, I don't care if you don't like cooking. This is what I want for you to do because you are a woman.
How many relationships do you think that's actually happening?
Many relationships.
Maybe.
I know. Look, I talk to my friends. It's not, and some, they don't like cooking, but they have to.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Right.
And it's like, I don't understand why the man can't have to.
All right. So here's the other question.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like that's not even an option for him.
Before we
to learn how and do.
Okay.
Tell me why that's the case.
Before we go to our word of the day.
No.
Tell
me why. And even if this is a longer episode.
It could be fine.
I know. Tell me why is it that when it comes to stuff like cooking, we keep mentioning cooking.
Yes.
Okay. When it comes to even cleaning up for some people,
for
some men, like, why can't you learn how to do it effectively?
I think men can.
I know they can.
Yes.
I'm talking about in some households, babe, some relationships. Even with dating, like I said, with single people who are dating, it can be a turnoff that it's like, why can't you do these things?
Yeah.
Why can't you do these things? And it could be that their mother didn't train them to learn how to do it. But once you get to an age where you know that these things need to be done, you know what I'm saying?
So your question to me is what? What is it you want me to answer?
So why isn't it that when right when we think about marriage and husband and wife, we just automatically think that the wife is the one cooking. We automatically think that.
Right.
Like, that's just what, like, when we hear the husband is cooking, it's like, oh. And I'm saying, why is it still like that? And I mean, it's almost like, I don't know. I just feel like, okay, so let me use us as an example. You know, back in the day when you had your days to cook, you used to make really good meals. I mean, you would find recipes. Your stuff would be off the chain. Of course, we had the bomb kitchen, right? We did have the bomb kitchen.
And I had more time.
Please, I don't want to hear that.
There's no question I have more time.
I don't want to hear that.
Anyway, keep going.
Because it doesn't matter.
Keep going.
I am just as busy as you are.
Okay, so we can get to that in a second.
Okay,
go ahead and say
but
what you're going to say.
When it's your nights to cook now, your food is great, but it's quick. It's like, pizza, burgers, or whatever. And yes, your night is kind of fun night, whatever. But I'm like, I miss the midnight spaghettis.
Right.
I miss the good recipe cooking that you did. It's like, that's like out the water. Like,
okay, so I have a similar complaint. So all during the pandemic, you were doing all this stuff when it came to the elaborateness of your meals. And then once we started going back to where you were going back to school, that ended immediately.
It did not. I keep making those recipes.
Immediately. And here's the other thing that happened.
It is time.
Here's the other thing that happened. The other thing that happened was during the pandemic, we were home all the time. You never once, what did I say? Never once. You never once asked, hey, y'all, what do you want to eat? You were always looking up new recipes and doing other stuff. So I'm saying,
I had time.
That's my point.
You don't have time to do that ever.
See, and this is what I'm saying. I'm saying you can understand it from your perspective. You can understand it from your perspective, but from mine, you're like, oh,
you didn't even do it during the pandemic.
It's true.
Okay, so I'm just saying.
So your point is,
sometimes it feels like for us, we have to do it a certain way, or we have to have this, that. But when you do it, when it's your, I'm just saying, men are not held at the same standard when it comes to those same things that need to happen in a home.
Yes.
Because it's a man-woman thing. I'm telling you, and
so that's not the case. That's not the case in our situation.
No, it's not. But I'm talking about in general. But I think
that might be true in
general. And
general.
I don't feel like that is like that in our situation.
I don't think so
We need
either.
to talk about why it is like that later.
Exactly.
But
okay. So let me say this though.
Let
me say this. Here's the thing. So I agree with you.
But women do feel like
there's a double standard on the other end as well, with men and what women want from men, but the way, because of the lack of the negative stigma,
that's true.
There's never a problem with a woman saying, how come you can't do this? In
that's
fact,
true.
Women say all the time, man up and do this. The question is, what if a man doesn't like doing that? What if he doesn't want to do that?
Okay, then there should be a discussion.
No. How come you can't do that?
Well, then there should be a discussion.
My point is, hold on.
No, there should be a discussion.
You made that very simple, but it's not that simple. Here's the reality. There are several things I do as a man that you love that I do, that if I wasn't doing, you actually wouldn't have married me. I'm talking about that you would have been turned off and you would have been like, I'm not marrying this guy.
That's not true.
April?
That is not true.
April, there's no way you would have married me if I was not a businessman. Like a guy that gets stuff done. You would not have, you wouldn't, listen to me, you wouldn't have even been attracted to me.
That is very true. But that has nothing to do with you being a man or woman. Wouldn't you want, don't you like that you have a woman that gets things done?
Sometimes.
I'm a businesswoman.
Sometimes. I'm saying that was not a deal breaker. If you were not the kind of person that got things done, I wouldn't have had a problem with that.
In your mind, that's because you have been warped by society.
I don't have. No.
Yes.
No, that's not it. Hold on.
You've been warped by society that women don't have to be get-her-dones and go good because they're.
No, that's not it. Hold on. Here's what it is.
That has to be it.
No, that's not it. That's not a warp. Hold on. That's not a warping. First of all, if I'm the type of guy who knows he can get things done, I don't need that from my woman. That's not warping. That's just who I am and what I need. That's not a warped society.
So are you trying to say that I needed a get-her-done man because I'm not a get-her-done woman?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
You needed a get-her-done man because that's what you like.
That's right.
And for you, that is attached to being manly, and you wanted a manly man.
That is true.
And if I didn't do certain things, you would have assumed this guy's not manly, and that wouldn't have been your kind of guy.
Okay,
so here's my point.
But what about a woman who doesn't want to cook? Or who doesn't want to do the womanly things that you all think are...
I think that should be of the prerogative of the guy who actually wants this woman. And he shouldn't feel bad about that. I don't think a guy should feel like if I want my woman to be the one who takes care of the house, that makes me a Neanderthal and there's something wrong with me. I can do it. That doesn't mean I necessarily want to have to do it. And maybe I'm good at it and I don't want to...
But do you think the reason why men have that is because of the way that our society has placed women in...
Some men, yes.
If there was
other men, I think just feel more comfortable that way for whatever the reason is.
If there was never a women's jobs, men's duties or whatever from back in the day that has gone through history.
Right.
If there was none of that, if it was just a clean slate, you go to you create your own new family, you do your own new thing, whoever, it doesn't matter. We would not have, I don't think we would have these, I want this. The reason why you want it is because you had a mother who did it. Okay.
I don't think so.
Babe. I think so.
I think it's more complicated than that. I think there are many reasons why people want what they want. I don't think it's just that this is what your mother did.
So this is what I need you to do this week. I need you to talk to all of your boys who are the main cooks. And I need you to ask them if they were to really have their way, would they still want it this way?
would they want to be the main cook of the house? I'll ask them all.
Yes, because I feel like you're going to get at least 2 that would say, I'd rather not. I'd rather not be the one. Would I cook? Yes, but I'd rather not be the main one.
And tell me if they respond that way, what does that say to you? If they respond, I really wouldn't want to do that. Would that automatically mean that they are Neanderthals, or
no,
that they want their wife to mother them or whatever?
I would just say that.
Tell me what you think that means.
I just feel like it means you just want, you want your mama.
To me, that's such a default. I hate that.
Well, it's true.
I think it's garbage.
You do.
So to me, this is not what I want.
That's not what I said.
And I didn't
say you want to be baby.
And I don't think that a lot of men want that.
But I think a lot of men want their.
I think
listen, men actually do want a woman who, and this is what I mean.
I think a man wants a woman who's willing to take care of him and to do so without having to be begged.
No, I think a man wants a woman where he can basically sit back, relax, and the woman is the one that does all of the things around the house. So that you, because
I think a woman. Hold on. I think a woman.
Listen. We have talked to many couples.
Yes.
Okay. We have worked with so many couples.
Yes.
And we have seen where, and it's not always the man, but mostly it's the men.
Okay.
Who is the one that the wife or the woman or the whatever is complaining about.
Yeah.
That he doesn't pick up behind himself, or he does not want, he comes home and he just chills. He's not trying to help out with the things of the home. And I'm saying, why is that? It's because that's what everybody's used to. They used to their mama picking up after them.
Right.
And some mamas, like I said, haven't trained their children to clean up after themselves or whatever.
Right.
So they're used to that, and they expect the wife to do that. I mean, I have heard women say you need to train your sons to do this because then he'll be expecting his wife to do what you did. Mm-hmm. That's my point. They want their mama. Mm-hmm. They want their wives to continue to be the mother that they were used to growing up, and that is cooking for them, picking up after them, putting their lunch in the little brown bag and rolling it up, handing it to them in the morning before they walk out the door. I'm just saying. And they want that to continue because they loved it so much that's what we as women, even if our mothers did that for us, because my mama did that for me. Like, she was the bomb mom, who did all of that.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know how to cook.
Right.
And I'm saying she taught me, like I was able to watch, and in me it was there. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying that wasn't something that I was drawn to, initially. And so it was like a negative, like, because I was drawn. I mean, I've even seen other mothers who see their son marry somebody, and it's something that's just in our makeup. And they say, she doesn't want to cook. Come on.
All right. I agree with all that.
That is not good.
Here's the problem. How about women? I agree with you. How about women who don't want to work?
What do you mean?
How about women who would much rather not have to go out and do a 9 to 5? Mm-hmm. They would rather have a husband who makes enough money so that she does not have to work.
Okay.
Hold on. What about the father that looks at the son-in-law who doesn't work or doesn't do a good job working and says, he doesn't work or he doesn't really make enough money? It's the same exact thing.
It is the same thing.
So hold on. One's acceptable, one's not.
I didn't say one is acceptable.
Yes, it is.
No.
You didn't say it, but it is.
But a man got to work. You got to work.
Okay, exactly.
A woman got to work
why
too.
Not? But family got to eat.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so why can't
somebody got to work? No.
Why can't a man have an expectation that his wife would be the one to make sure that the family eats, just like the woman has an expectation that that somebody in this house is going to work and it needs to be the man?
No.
If she wants to do that, why? I'm saying I would like. Hold on.
These days,
I would like to get to the point where we could normalize.
Women can go out and work.
I would like to get to the
point. And men
stay
home with the children.
Fine.
So
I would like to get to the point.
It's about taking care of the family.
I would like to get to the point where what you just said about making a lunch and giving it to the husband isn't a negative automatically. If a wife wants to do that, the way you just described it, we should rewind this joint.
No.
The way you just described it, it sounds like the worst thing in the world.
I need you to be quiet and listen to what I'm saying.
I've been listening the whole time.
No, you haven't. You've not been listening.
Okay, go
Because
ahead.
I'm not saying that someone who wants to do that is wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm talking about
you saying you don't want to do it. And your point is, if a man wants that, he's automatically being babied.
You just cut me from what I was saying.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
But I'm saying men who want that automatically. Mm-hmm. Men who just assume the wife that they get is going to pick up what their mama was doing. That's a problem. And I think there are some men who deep down Okay, I'm not saying you. So stop.
Well, I know you're not saying me. I know that already.
All right. I'm
I already
saying
knew that.
there are some men, and I think women feel that there are men out there who want their wives to pick up where their mamas left off. I mean, John, it is.
Maybe you're right.
I am right.
Yeah.
Listen, deep down, and some would never admit that because they don't want to look like that kind of guy. But I'm saying deep down, and they may not be Neanderthals. They may not even, they may not even be that kind of guy. But that's something that they love so much. They're used to. I mean, think about it. Just think about it. It would be nice if a man would, if I didn't have to cook anything, my food is prepared for me. I can come home and just do whatever I want to do. Who doesn't want that? I'm just saying. Okay. Who does not want that? That is the thing. That's living the life. You can come home. You can basically relax or do whatever you want to do while someone else is serving you. I'm just saying.
And you think that's what all men want?
I do.
I don't.
I think that's what most men want.
I don't think so.
Okay, so this gets us to word of the day.
Word of the day.
I'm just saying, babe, I'm not saying.
I know you don't think it's me, but I'm just saying, I don't know.
I don't think all men want this.
What's the word of the day, babe?
Okay, the word of the day is dependent.
You chose this word.
I just thought that
dependent.
It fit.
Mercy. Which definition are you going to use?
Okay, I'm going to use the adjective, okay? Mm-hmm. Relying on or requiring a person or thing for support, supply, or what is needed.
Wow. Dependent.
Dependent.
So I hear the word dependent and I think of, like we have two dependents, John and Julia. I don't think this is what men want.
I know, but I think some women feel like, and I've heard women say this, that they have 3 children. Like if they have 2 kids and a husband, they say, I got 3 kids.
And I hate that kind of characterization.
I know, babe, but listen, just because you're not like that doesn't mean that men aren't out there acting like babies.
I just feel like more women should be more open to the idea of giving their man what he needs without feeling like they're being
But is it what
degraded.
He needs? Or is it just what he wants because it's convenient and it's easy?
Well,
and
you
it's
use
for
the
him?
word the word need all the time about stuff you don't need.
I didn't say need.
You know
I'm reading the definition
exactly.
of dependent. I did not say need.
So what are you saying about dependent? Do you think we should be at the point where we're not that dependent on each other?
I think we should be dependent on each other. I do not think that's a problem to be dependent on each other. Okay. I feel it's a problem when in the relationship the person feels like they have another dependent.
I agree.
That's very different.
I agree with that.
When you feel like
wholeheartedly,
listen, this is not about me doing things for you and you doing things for me. This is not about that. I need you to get away from that. This is about the feeling of I am here to be his mother.
Right.
He's dependent on me.
You need to tell me every time that you feel that way.
Okay.
I don't. Okay. I never want you to feel that way.
I don't.
You don't normally.
I don't feel that way.
But you do have this
thing
in you.
I do have this thing in me that makes me that sometimes certain things bring out that feeling.
Yes.
And again, you can't.
I feel like I'm getting it. I'm like, what? I don't understand what I'm doing. What's the problem?
No, I don't do that.
Yeah. Well, not really. I'm just kidding.
Okay. I just feel like we have this thing in us because of so many years of us feeling like this is what we're supposed to do. This is,
it's a problem. We got to work that out. We got to keep doing it.
We do.
I'm just hoping we're not giving the wrong impression to people about what marriage is like. I think
marriage should be where you are working together, and that's the whole point.
I agree, but sometimes it means that certain aspects one person might do way more than the other one.
Of course. And it's not
if that
happens,
right, and if that happens, it should be fine.
I agree.
Unless for some reason there's a big problem with it.
I think that it should also be where you're both discussing it. How do you feel? Because if I feel like all I'm doing, and we should be serving each other. We should be. I mean, that's a good thing. But you don't want to get to the point where the person feels taken for granted, or they feel like they are being used, or I'm supposed to do this. And this is not something that I want to do lovingly for the family. Then there needs to be a discussion so that whatever is causing that feeling, you can correct. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
Okay.
Well, hopefully this helps somebody, and hopefully this actually happens.
Start the conversation.
At some point.
You got to. You got to.
It is,
because if you're feeling like that, no.
All right, y'all. We're going to see y'all next time. And we're going to keep talking about this as soon as this is over.
Oh, you want to mention our sponsor again?
One more time, yeah. We have our sponsor who is Link, and they're having a speed dating event coming up Sunday, June 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern. And you can go to their, it's not really a website, it's their registration place, linkdatingapp.com, so that you can find out more about that. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you guys.